Pedro from A&P-REACTS. I'm here with Sami in Toronto from Ensiferum, on tour right now in North America. How's things going?
Super. It's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to talk with you in person.
I know, it's nice talking to you in person. It's finally meeting you.
Likewise.
After we had that conversation over the internet, I had a blast talking to you about all sorts of stuff. But today, I want to talk a little bit about Ensiferum, but I want to talk about Trio de Facto and Metal de Facto. That's why I'm here today.
All right.
All right?
I'm in.
So let's start with Trio de Facto. You guys just finished a tour with Ensiferum. You were on double duties, as we spoke about it before. How did it go?
It was very, very much fun because we didn't know how it would work out, this acoustic thing, because we just did it in Finland before, and because it's very like tavern-like, you know, troubadour. You're talking with people and and of course when we did it in Finland, it was really easy to have like fast conversation with the audience. But the tour, we didn't know how it would go because we need to speak English and but it turned out to be very fun and very drunken tour.
So you guys had a blast. The response from the fans was positive as well.
It was crazy good. You know, we had all the stuff that you have on a metal show. You had mosh pit, stage diving, and stuff like that.
Crazy,
fantastic. And yeah, there were fans that had seen us like 10 times, and they said this is the best show I've ever seen for you guys.
So let me ask you this, from a Trio de Facto perspective, you guys kind of created with the idea, like you said, of doing it in a pub in Finland, doing covers.
Yes.
You guys now went on tour, you guys opened for Ensiferum, you guys kind of got a taste for it on the road.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys will do in the future as well?
Trio de Facto, I doubt that it will really tour abroad, because the main focus is Metal de Facto, because Trio de Facto is just a spin-off. It's a acoustic cover band, but Metal de Facto is the real band. But as soon as we get the album done and, you know, tours sorted out, then we're gonna tour with that one. But Trio de Facto is always there, and the cool thing is, like we talked with Mikael Salo, the singer, and Esa Oriental, the other guitar player. Actually, only one we need from Metal de Facto to make Trio de Facto work is Mikael, the singer. Then we can change the other two members, so it might be the keyboard player next time and the other guitar player. So he's
the only consistent. You need the vocalist.
Yeah, exactly, because he has the voice of de facto.
So going now to a little bit about Metal de Facto, you talked about the album. When can fans? I know you guys are working on releasing the record. You hope to probably release it this year, sooner rather than later.
The guys are mixing it. We have already like a couple songs already mixed, and it's gonna be like 10 songs. So I really hope by the end of January, early February, we have the album mixed and mastered, and then we're gonna offer it to Metal Blade, because Ensiferum is a Metal Blade band, so I'll offer it first to them. But if they're not into it, then we'll try to find another label. But let's see, and then we try to get it out. This spring might be a little bit too optimistic, but latest next autumn. But I actually no, it should be out this spring, because we already have songs for the second album.
Wow, so you haven't released the first album, you already have songs for this?
Yeah, actually today when we were still driving here in Toronto, I was laying in my bunk and I was listening to demos for the second album. I was like, yes, it's gonna be even more ass-kicking, if you can say it like that. So I really hope we can start pre-production already this summer for the second album.
Wow, so that's a lot of moving parts for you guys. With the album coming out, once the album comes out, are you guys looking at doing some shows as well in support for the record?
Absolutely.
Perhaps like touring in Finland first and then looking at something abroad? Yeah,
well actually I think if we're going to do it other way around, we try to find a support slot, like opening slot for some heavy metal, power metal band in Europe, and then come to Finland as conquerors. And yeah, we already have a booker in North America, so. But we already talked, like, first we're gonna get a little bit buzz in Europe and Finland, and then it's easier to come to States and Canada after that. Because if you're a totally unknown band, then it's for promoters, so what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I can understand that. What about videos? Are you guys gonna release anything soon to kind of let people give people a taste of what to expect?
Because yeah, so far it's been like do-it-yourself band. You know, we've done everything ourselves, paid everything ourselves. So we shot a video already, and well, as soon as we have a label, and then we put it out. But we have already idea for at least 2 more videos. So let's see if the future label is willing to put a little bit dineros in it, then we'll make those 2 also.
Let me ask you this: with the videos and bands in general, do you find it that these days it's an important marketing tool when you're about to release an album to put out a music video to get the fans excited about the album?
I think so, and well, good example was Metallica, video from every song, and now Rammstein just announced that they're gonna have at least 5 videos of the upcoming album. So obviously that's a very important tool for marketing, and yeah, you need to have a, you know, they're like sort of like pop videos and whatever videos. If you just have a cool video, then people might check it out many times just because the video is cool.
Cool.
So I think bands are really putting much more effort nowadays to that.
Once you have everything finalized, the album comes out, you guys will start touring. Is there a rush from your perspective, considering you already have songs prepared for the second album? Is there a sense of urgency on your end, or you gonna let this one simmer in, let the fans enjoy the record, tour with it, and then at a later stage work on recording another album? Or you're looking at perhaps releasing 2 albums on quick concession, like one right after the other?
No, personally, I hope the gap will be max year and a half between the albums. Like if now we're gonna release it in May, I really hope the next one will come May 2020. That's just how I hope things would go. But let's see, there are many moving parts, like you said. Well, especially with the label, we need the label, and of course the promotion for the album is crucial, and touring and so on. But we also want to go forward because we already have. Well, Metal de Facto is, the idea was to have every album has a theme. So like,
is it going to be a concept? Like
yeah, every album is a different concept. The first one is ancient Rome, very unique, but
no,
a little bit twisted. Not twisted, but there's an angle in every song.
So let's dive into that. So it's the concept of the album in terms of there's a story to be told. The story starts with the first track, finishes with the last track, or there's an overall concept, and then each story it's its own individual story.
The later one, yeah. There's a big concept, and this one is the first one is ancient Rome, and we took like, well, obviously. We actually played with Trio de Facto. We did an acoustic version of one song called Legionnaires' Oath that told about the legionnaires and the oath and how they feel about going into battle and so on. But obviously there are other things from Roman Empire also, like a science history. Like there was a legendary book called Naturalis Historia written. And so we made one song out of that, and there's also one song about Bacchanalia, you know, these parties.
Yeah, those
the
Roman
orgies,
parties. Yeah.
So
and toga parties, kind of.
Yeah. And for me, I wrote most of the lyrics. It was very interesting because I like to read, and when we chose a theme, it was really cool to dive into it and read about different. About the whole history of it, and then we had songs, all the demos were ready, and then we started talking about the feeling of this song and also rearrange stuff a little bit so that it fits the music and the lyrics fit.
Was it a fun creative process behind the album? You said you worked on the lyrics,
yeah,
but working on the music and putting the lyrics to, was it like a sense of everybody getting involved and everybody putting their feedback and working together to put the whole record together?
That's the point. Metal de Facto is a band, even though it was founded by, well, it started with Oriental, who is Ensiferum's guitar tech. Unfortunately not on this tour, but we started talking in a van with him when we did some festival, not festival, like weekend shows in Finland, and just sitting in a van and talking about, and he used to play in a power metal band a long time ago, and I just mentioned, yeah, I really would like to have a power metal band. It would be fucking awesome, And then he said, I have some, raw songs home, and then we started talking about it, and yeah, then he sent me the demos, and I was like, yeah, this is good shit. And then we started to, well, obviously the really crucial element in power metal is the singer.
The singer, yeah.
Yeah, and we had a couple guys in our minds. We didn't ask anyone else. Then I said, hey, there's this young guy. I've been following him since he was like a teenager. He has a YouTube channel, and he's my Facebook friend and so on. Called Mikael Salo, and I'm like, okay, well, let's meet the guy. And yeah, then we went for a couple of beers, and yeah, well, you know Mikael.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was a fantastic guy, and yeah, then we had a singer, and he has another band.
And another band, and another band.
Yeah. Called Everfrost, and we stole the mastermind keyboard player, multi-instrumental Benjamin Connolly, to metal de facto also to play keyboards. And
so you guys are like a super group.
No, that's
you don't like that term.
No, and that's absolutely not. That's why we
just a group with a lot of talented musicians.
Yeah,
better that way.
Absolutely.
All right, a group with a lot of talented musicians. Let's go with that instead of super group.
Yeah, because what we did, we talked with every member. Like we had like long evening with shitloads of alcohol, obviously, but we talk about then the plan, because we have like a long-term plan also, and play the demos and so on. If you're not into it, then it's okay. But you're still my friend.
Yeah.
But we found very, very good lineup. I really like it. It's very full of gentlemen. Well, Mikael Salo is a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's really pushing it. Calling Mikael Salo a gentleman, you're really like now you're really pushing it.
He has a kind heart.
It does. He has a big heart.
Yeah.
Big heart. Let me ask you this about power metal. Power metal is one of those genres that it's really not for everybody.
Absolutely.
But I feel like it's one of those fun genres, very similar to folk metal.
Absolutely.
Just with a little bit more speed to it, if you will. Is that how you feel about power metal? Is the kind of metal that just really brings a smile to your face? There's a lot to be done with that specific genre. Like you can really go in a lot of different avenues as far as storytelling is concerned.
Yes.
Great music, great vocals.
Absolutely.
Is that one of the things that really attracts you to that genre?
And it's something that I grew up with, like Halloween and well, Iron Maiden and stuff like that. I don't know where you put the line.
The line, yeah.
But like Iron Maiden is one of the most important bands for me. So yeah, that kind of stuff. I grew up with that stuff, and Dio and all that legendary stuff. So
you've just been waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, I actually said it to Marcus when I joined Ensiferum. Like if I could sing, I could even give up.
You'll give up the bass.
Yeah, if I could do that, but I can't. I just do backing vocals and.
Yeah, you try to maybe convince him to do an Ensiferum power metal song, and that didn't go far.
Well, Ensiferum, at least in the old albums, there's a little bit power metal elements.
Yeah, they had a little bit of more power metal-ish to it. Yeah, definitely.
But that's obviously not the direction where we're going now. So I was like, okay. I also have a shitload of power metal ideas, so woo! Then there's Metal de Facto.
Perfect.
So it's not like these are like competing from my time and energy and inspiration. Which is also nice because we're trying to hit the studio. Well, we tried to hit it this year with Ensiferum, but let's see. We already have a couple of songs ready. Well, not ready, but some raw songs for Ensiferum also. So it's busy times ahead.
Yeah, you have like an extremely busy schedule. I mean, you did double duties during that acoustic tour.
Yes.
You have these two projects. I mean, you have your band and you have this project on the go. You're a busy man. Like, do you have time for other things? Like, do you have hobbies, things that you like to do when you're not doing power metal or playing with Ensiferum?
Yeah, I have enough time. Of course, well, music has been my thing since I was a kid, and of course, like when you're touring musician, it's a big sacrifice, in a way, because unlike now we're doing like 5 weeks, you're 5 weeks away from the people that you love and so on. So it's a big sacrifice from you, but also for those people, So, but I have time to do other stuff also, like reading and going to movies and
checking out other bands. Do you do a lot of that?
Not enough. Not enough, actually. Yeah, I was just asked, like, hey, could you list like the best 5 albums from last year? I was like, did I even buy 5 albums last year? Like, Yeah.
I can totally see that. I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to Ensiferum in this North American tour. It's actually a double part question. It's two questions into one. The first one is, what are you looking forward to the most from this tour, to get out of this tour? And then the second question is, how has it been so far? You're really early on into the tour right now.
Yeah, it's been only a few shows so far, but it's been crazy good. There's been a lot of people every show, and they're really, well, the best feedback is, you know, having people sing along the new songs, because this is the first tour we do with two pads.
Yeah.
Even though it was released quite a while ago. And what I expect, well, we are actually hoping to, well, now it's been like almost 4 years since the last time we were here, and it's a bloody continent, you know. I was actually talking with Obsys guys and Septic Flesh, you know, you can tour here almost all the time, non-stop, because there are so many like
yeah, there's so many cities to hit, like
exactly.
It's nearly impossible for you to hit every single spot on one tour.
Absolutely not. So I really hope this tour convinces promoters and fans, of course, to book us again here, maybe even this year. That would be fantastic. And yeah, I really hope it's still, you know, people find two paths in case they haven't listened to it yet. So since we are still promoting it, but it was hard to make the set list, I have to say, because we only did one tour with One Man Army also in North America. And for every show, every tour, we want to have songs from every album. Yeah, so
we want to have a good representation of the discography.
Yes.
I lied. I have one more question.
Do you?
I see a lot of bands coming in. I know the costs involved with getting visas to come and play in North America, right? So that's a huge hump to get over.
Yes.
So I'm seeing now a lot of bands coming here and doing 2 tours within the same year, within that visa time period. Would that be something that you guys would be looking at it as well, to maximize it on it? Absolutely. And perhaps be here now and then, you know, 6 months down the road or 8 months down the road, come back on another tour again?
Absolutely, yeah, because it's very expensive to get a band here. I think it's way over 1,000 euros per person, plus the flights. So you end up being minus like 20,000 just before we leave home.
Yeah.
Before getting here. So that's why it's very hard for European bands to come here, but we want to come because we love you guys.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see you guys here. I saw you guys play this summer in Portugal, acoustic at Vagos Metal Fest. Yeah. But I'm happy to see the band full on tonight and during this tour. I'm sure everybody's gonna have a blast. You guys put on a kick-ass show. I can speak from experience. I had a blast seeing you guys live. I've never seen so much energy on stage, and so much fun and interaction with the audience. It really. You talked about this earlier. You talked about the tavern vibe that you had with Ensiferum doing the acoustic tour in Europe. Yeah. I feel like that vibe is always there. It doesn't matter if it's acoustic or not. You guys really bring a home atmosphere to the venue.
Oh, thank you.
And make the fans feel like we're in your living room, so to speak. You know?
Well, I'm very happy to hear that, because for me, Ensiferum is absolutely a live band, and I love playing live. I love writing music. I love being in studio. I love producing stuff and so on. But for me, the highlight is always playing stuff live, and yeah, the interaction with people and having people sing along, it's
the greatest.
Yes.
All right, thank you for your time, Sami. All the best in this North American tour,
you very much.
And come back soon.
We will. Thank you.
Take care, guys.